Hello there. It's the beginning of the hurricane season and we cannot overstate the importance of being prepared before it's too late. Prep your home emergency kit. You need flashlight, batteries, candles and at least 2 weeks food supplies. Now is also a good time for all members of your household to be aware of the home hurricane plan. In the event of a storm or hurricane, what are the roles of each family member? It's better to be prepared than to be caught out in the storm. I'm Adrian Atkinson, your host for today's show. Stay with us. There is much more to learn and know.
Good day, I'm Lorraine Mendez and this is your JIS News for Tuesday, June 1. Prime Minister Andrew Holness says there are increasing signals that the Jamaican economy is bouncing back and recovering stronger. The latest signal is the recent groundbreaking for the $230 million redevelopment of the Sandals Duns River property in St. Anne. The Sandals Group will be renovating its original Duns River property by the last quarter of 2022 and constructing a new Royal Duns River Hotel by 2024. Mr. Holness says the construction aspect of the development will create 2,100 jobs, while the hotel itself will offer 1,336 new positions.
The business community is investing, and there is a sense, an expectation that there will be a significant boom and recovery after the pandemic. Wise business persons are preparing for that boom recovery.
According to Prime Minister Holness, the island's leading tourism market, the United States of America, is showing increasing buoyancy. He points out that the U.S. Travel Association has indicated that there is a huge pent-up demand for travel, with more than half of Americans set to take a trip in the next 3 months. Reports also indicate that travel volume in the U.S. has increased to 2/3 of what it was pre-COVID-19. The section of the east-west highway between the Melrose Bypass and the Porous Interchange in Manchester will be free of cost to the public. That's the word from builders of the roadway, the National Road Operating and Constructing Company Limited, NROC.
You can get on, get off the Porous, get to Mandeville without paying. So there's no need to put an alternate road because it will be free. It will be a 4-lane road, safe highway, fully maintained for all the years.
NROC's environmental manager Errol Mortley was speaking with JIS News during a recent fruit tree planting blitz. 400 varieties of fruit trees were planted along the Melrose Bypass on World Biodiversity Day. A degree program in mining will be introduced at the University of Technology this August. The move is to provide formal training opportunities for persons as the government moves to expand the island's mining sector. Transport and Mining Minister Robert Montague says the degree program will add to training already being offered at the community college level.
Madam Speaker, we started the mining training school in order to train persons involved in the industry so as to lift the standards and transform it into a more sustainable sector.
While speaking in Parliament recently, Minister Montague called on persons who have an interest in the sector to enroll in the degree program come August. He credits the Quarries Advisory Committee and Mines and Geology Division for assisting in the realization of this vision. Still on the mining sector, government will be accelerating the land titling process for persons who were relocated to facilitate mining activities. Mining Minister Robert Montague says with developments of the bauxite industry over the years, many families were relocated, given a new house and new lands, but are still waiting on land titles.
We intend to use, for the first time, the Bauxite and Alumina Industry Special Provisions Act to speed up this land titling process by using the power of vesting orders contained in the Act. These powers, Madam Speaker, were always used to assist the companies.
According to Minister Montague, the matter is being handled by State Minister J.C. Hutchinson, who is working to ensure those families get their land titles. Ferncourt High School's Resource Center has been outfitted with technology devices, enabling students to do research and complete assignments. The center is outfitted with 48 desktop computers, chairs, desks, air conditioning units, and internet connectivity. Students also received 77 computer tablets from the alumni. While speaking at the commissioning ceremony recently, Education Minister Favour Williams said the devices would aid students in navigating the online learning environment.
Technology will remain a permanent part of the teaching and learning experience, and so these tablets and laptops being handed out today in the ceremonial handover, I'd encourage you as students to keep and carry them because they will be with you for a long time. It's to help you to learn better, to learn more, to learn faster.
Minister Williams thanked the Ferncourt High alumni for its investment in the students' education and also participated in a tree planting exercise on the school compound. And finally, the Ministry of Education has received $500,000 from the Jamaica National Group for its Connect a Child initiative. During the recent handover ceremony, Portfolio Minister Favour Williams thanked Jamaica National for its generous donation and called upon more entities and individuals to donate.
We're hoping by doing this as well that we will continue to get the word out that we are still looking for donations, whether it be cash or devices, to continue to help us to have our children have a device so they can connect to the virtual world and continue their teaching and learning, and even when we get out of the pandemic.
The Connect a Child initiative is spearheaded by the Ministry of Education along with Junior Achievement Jamaica and the National Education Trust. The aim is to provide 100,000 students, including children with special needs and wards of the state, with devices to enable full participation in online teaching and learning. The project is being supported by the private sector organization of Jamaica. And that's it for JI's News Today. I'm Lorraine Mendez. Thanks for watching.
Jamaica, we are in the throes of a pandemic. COVID-19 cases are on the rise. COVID-19 related deaths are climbing. COVID-19 bed capacity at our hospitals has been maxed out. Yet still, some of us continue to flout the COVID-19 containment measures. Some of us still refuse to wear masks in public places. We still gather in groups of more than 10. We still break the curfew hours. And we still attend illegal parties. Wise up! Take responsibility for your health. Safeguard the health of your loved ones. Obey the COVID-19 protocols.
Coming up, the latest announcements by Prime Minister Andrew Holness.
Prime Minister urges greater unification for Africans and people of African descent, welcomes $230 million investment, and says final farewell to Ambassador Johnson. You're watching Jamaica House Weekly. I'm Vanessa Silvera. Last Tuesday morning, the Prime Minister was among the delegates who addressed Africa Day celebrations. Mr. Holness told the webinar that there needed to be a greater African unification for reparations.
Africans and people of African descent must work together to demand reparations from European colonial powers for the damage caused to our people, who endured over 400 years of enslavement with continuance in post-slavery governance and economic arrangements.
The Prime Minister says Africans at home and in the diaspora should focus on dismantling the inequities that have undermined their progress and prosperity. A renewed call was also made for equitable access to vaccines for the Caribbean and Africa.
It would be the greatest setback for mankind if inequitable vaccine access were to cause uneven recovery and a widening of the development gap between the rich and poor globally.
By Wednesday, the Prime Minister was in Ocho Rio, St. Anne, breaking ground for the $230 million upgraded and expanded Sandals Duns River property.
The construction work will create 2,100 jobs for local workers and contractors. With the addition of rooms to the property, there will be additional ongoing employment as well. And I am told that when the hotel is open in 2024, that there would be 1,336 jobs, new jobs that this hotel will sustain. This is evidence of Jamaica bouncing back and recovering stronger
Mr. Holness also unveiled plans to deepen the investment made by the Tourism Enhancement Fund along the island's tourism belt. He says the fund will be building out more parks for visitors and tourists alike, investing in training and beautification.
And that will be a very good symbol for the people of Jamaica to understand that they are benefiting from the tourism product. They're going to be benefiting directly from the jobs. They're going to be benefiting directly from the consumption of their services, and they will also benefit socially by investing in our parks, beautification of our roadways and verges, and in training of our staff.
Prime Minister Holness was back in Kingston Thursday for a memorial service for Ambassador Anthony Johnson. The late senator, government minister and ambassador died on April 28 at age 82. The 10:30 a.m. service was held at the St. Augustine Chapel on North Street in Kingston. Mr. Holness participated in the Memorial Day service by reading a lesson from Isaiah chapter 12, verse 2 to 6. On Friday, the Prime Minister received his second dose of the AstraZeneca vaccine at the Good Samaritan Inn. The first dose was administered on March 22, also at the Good Samaritan Inn. Later that day, the Prime Minister attended a floral tribute for former Prime Minister Edward Seaga at the National Heroes Park. Mr. Seaga would have celebrated his 91st birthday.
I feel a particular duty to ensure that Mr. Seaga's legacy is protected and his shared vision achieved. This is why I'm ensuring that the development of housing solutions by the old PWD site, also known as Rasta City, starts this year. And I'm even more committed to ensuring that there is peace in the community and the residents are protected and secured to go about their lawful business.
The Prime Minister used the floral tribute to reiterate the government's commitment to abiding by the COVID-19 protocols.
But I urge Jamaicans not to get complacent, not to lose sight of the very dangerous and delicate situation in which we are. Other countries are progressing out of the situation because they have access to vaccines, and their population, some of them are more than 50% vaccinated, some as high as 80% vaccinated. We are still hovering at around 5%, so we can't take any risk.
And that's how we close out Jamaica House Weekly. Be sure to join us next time for more of the news stories coming out of the Office of the Prime Minister.
Concerned about uncollected garbage at home? Do you see garbage piling up on the streets? Then report it. Use the National Solid Waste Management Authority's mobile app to report instances of littering, illegal dumping, and uncollected garbage. From anywhere and at any time, be an environment warden by informing the authority of unsightly solid waste. You will be notified when your report has been received by the NSWMA, as well as when the matter is resolved. Download the app from the iOS or Android app stores by typing in NSWMA. Play your part, as Jamaica's beauty is everybody's duty.
The National Solid Waste Management Authority is on a drive to ensure that households properly dispose of their garbage. Drums are being donated to homes across the country. Watch this next feature to see how that initiative is being rolled out.
The initiative is fairly good because at the moment currently we don't have enough disposals in Bethel Street. So I find the initiative very good and I do appreciate it, and I would like to say thanks very much, and I look forward to seeing other great things from the company.
We are here in Manchester on Bethel Street. We have launched a program called Drum at the Gate. The purpose of this program is to encourage residents that it's important for them to containerize their garbage properly.
In this community, we issued 80 bins today, and I just want to thank the the Grace Kennedy and the EdgeChem group that would have partnered with us to donate drums. We are issuing drums to residents so that they can containerize their garbage properly and to reduce the time it takes for our workers to be held in the environment cleaning garbage. We expect to see greater efficiency and turnaround time when we have residents containerizing garbage in these densely populated areas. So the residents are happy for this initiative, and we expect to replicate same across the island. We'll do it in phases. We only start in Mandeville today, but there are a number of communities that we'll be doing.
This project is the safety of our workers. Just recently, one of our sanitation workers, they were putting together the garbage in Clarendon, and an eagle took him recently. Now we are saying that we want to ensure the safety of our workers. Number two, we want to ensure that our schedule, they are completed on a timely basis. So the time it takes us to pull the garbage together and to pack it up, put it in the truck, we are losing time.
When the garbage is thrown all over the place, it creates an awful sight and damages the aesthetic of the community. People want clean surroundings. So I encourage the people of Bethel Street and surrounding areas in Greendale to use these drums as we prescribe them to be used. The stress that it put on our crew when they have to come and clean up instead of just taking up a drum, emptying it and moving. We want to move from your gate as quickly as possible. We have a lot of places to cover. Sometimes the one truck is doing several communities, 10 communities, 20 communities. The more back down that truck gets, the less opportunity we have to go to the other community. So the turnaround time is affected, and that put a problem on us right across. So we're giving you a drum, and we plan to come for the drum every Wednesday. We'll come for the drum. So it's not a drum that will create any mosquitoes for you, because we pour the bottoms of the drum, so there won't be any mosquitoes also in the problem, right? Do I have your permission to leave a drum? Yes, sir. All right.
I feel good and happy about it, knowing that my city will keep clean and nice.
We love what go on, because right now, you see this rubbish thing here, it a get to me, and I get to the community at Greenville, Bethel Street. Whole heap of rubbish up on the roadside more time. And here what go on now. You see what the item do right now with them drum here are the best thing ever. Cause if the rubbish truck no come, a dog come jar where the rubbish them. Pay things in our lane, pay things in our road. So what we no do are the right thing we no do. I love this.
If a man see a place clean, he think twice. But if he come and he see 3 bottles throw down there, him not think twice again, you know. He believes he can throw it back to there. So it creates a dump. When the rain falls, the water, when naturally I run and I look somewhere to go, carry the bottle with it. When it go down in a level there is a little area where the water go through. But the bottle too big to go through, so the bottle stop. And then it creates a blockage. When the water gets blocked up, because of how water behave, the water rise and people place flood out. Sometimes the couple drinks bottle and the couple food box and the couple juice box that cause a major flooding because it block up a waterway. And me and your neighbor get flood out.
What if they knew that you abused her? Her family?
Mr. Jones.
And your colleagues, how will they look at an abuser? When the law comes knocking, you'll have nowhere to run.
Mr. Brown, you're under arrest. Please get up, hands behind your head and interlock your fingers.
Turn your back on abusers. Report gender-based violence to the police. There's no excuse for abuse. Call the Bureau of Gender Affairs at 876-754-8577.
Is your facility approved for COVID-19 testing? The Ministry of Industry, Investment and Commerce, through the JANAC Accreditation or Pre-Accreditation Approval Program, validates labs and point-of-care testing facilities such as medical centers. Accreditation safeguards the quality of test results and consumer well-being. Use a JANAC accredited or PAP approved facility for your tests, and let's defeat COVID-19 together. Contact the Jamaica National Agency for Accreditation, confirming competence, providing confidence in the marketplace.
The government is implementing a number of measures to protect and see to the well-being of those living with a disability. One such program is the provision of assistive devices to members of this community. Take a look.
I'm Dion Jennings, Chief Technical Director assigned to the Jamaica Council for Persons with Disabilities. When we protect, promote, and secure the rights and well-being of persons with disabilities, we move closer to realizing Jamaica's Vision 2030 goals that of fostering inclusion, independence, access, and full participation of persons with disabilities in all spheres of national development. The Jamaica Council for Persons with Disabilities, under the Ministry of Labour and Social Security, is charged with the responsibility for implementing policies and programs for persons with disabilities. The JCPD, through the Ministry of Labour and Social Security, will continue to provide support to persons with disabilities to access assistive aids and adaptive devices to enable their independence in their everyday life.
What is a hearing aid?
A hearing aid is a small electronic device that someone who has a hearing loss uses.
Are there different types of hearing aids?
There are different types of hearing aids, and usually they are associated with the type of hearing loss that you have. The behind the ear can be used by anyone who has any levels of hearing loss, from a mild to a profound level. Then you have a receiver in the canal hearing aid, basically for persons with a mild to moderately severe hearing loss. They may have a bud, and if you have a greater loss, then a custom-made mold is attached to the RIC hearing aid, which is a receiver in the canal. Then you have an in-the-ear hearing aid, again, that is used by persons who have a mild to a profound hearing loss. Then you have in-the-canal hearing aid. That is used by persons, again, who have a mild to a moderately severe hearing level. The last hearing aid that we have is called the completely in-the-canal, and that is used for persons with a mild to moderately severe hearing loss.
Tips to care for hearing aids.
There are different types of hearing aid, and all of them are taken care of the same way, in the sense that they all use a battery, and you're not to use any liquid on the hearing aids. So there is a brush that normally comes with the product that you will clean off any wax or any moisture using a piece of tissue or a soft rag, and you take out the wax out of the openings of the hearing aid. So this is an in-the-ear hearing aid, and so this is taken care of by putting in the battery here, and then you remove it, leave the battery door open, put down in the case, and then if you have a behind-the-ear hearing aid, it's basically the same way. You have the battery door, and you remove the battery, you have the brush, you clean around the tips of the hearing aid, and you clean by the opening of the hearing aid, and you do not use any cleaning agent on the hearing aids. Also, at the tip of the hearing aid, you may have what is called a hair clear, and that is replaced whenever it is blocked with wax. So you put that on the tip of the hearing aid and you insert it on the opening of the hearing aid so that it protects the hearing aid from excessive wax getting into the instrument itself. And then you remove this and you discard this as well. And that is basically all you have to do to take care of your hearing aids. Do not swallow the battery for the children. Do not leave it out for the animals to come and play with them. And you open the drawer, put it in its case, leave it open so that if there's any moisture in the hearing aid, it can evaporate. So parents, guard the hearing aid, protect them from any excessive moisture. So no cleaning of alcohol, no cleaning agent, no bleach or anything like that. Just when you remove it from your ears, like this, you take it out, you open the battery drawer, remove the battery, and you put it down in the case. And basically that's all you have to do to take care of the hearing aid that you have.
Where can I get information or help?
More information and help is available at the Jamaica Association for the Deaf, located 9 Morrisco Road with entrance on Caledonia Lane in the Kingston 5 area.
What is a wheelchair?
A wheelchair is a chair with wheels used when walking is difficult or impossible due to illness, old age, or disability.
Are there different types of wheelchairs?
Yes, there are different types of wheelchair. Actually, you have 3 types: standing wheelchair, electrical wheelchair, manual wheelchair.
Tips to care for wheelchairs.
Some tips for caring for the wheelchair are: 1. To remove all dust from the wheelchair frame by using a damp cloth. 2. Check the tires to ensure that they are still hard. Use a bicycle pump to add air if necessary.
A production of the Jamaica Council for Persons with Disabilities, a department of the Ministry of Labour and Social Security.
You've reached the final page of the magazine. Thanks so much for being with us on today's journey. Another Jamaica Magazine unfolds tomorrow, so come back same time on this same station. Until then, go to our website, YouTube channel and social media pages for more information. While there, please subscribe to all pages and channels so you can stay in the know. I'm Adrian Atkinson, reminding you to mask up, sanitize and stay 6 feet apart.
This has been a production of the Jamaica Information Service, the voice of Jamaica.